Sanjani, and welcome to yet another episode of Getting to Know Our Neighbors. Today, we have someone who is special to me. Not only is she my roommate, but she's also a friend of mine. Her name is Samiza, and she is from Sierra Leone. Help me welcome my roommate, Samiza Palmer. How are you? Thank you so much for doing this, honestly.
Of course.
So what are we cooking today? What's on the menu?
Today we're making something very traditionally Sierra Leonean. It's called Cassava Leaves.
My favorite dish.
Guys, it's good. It's the leaf of the cassava plant. You might have heard of Yucca. We use the leaves and make a stew. It's bomb. I know you've never heard of it. It's going to be great.
So what are we going to be using? Like what are the ingredients in it?
Okay, so it's mostly onion based. So we're going to use onions, habanero peppers, cassava leaf, of course.
Yes.
And there's something called Ogiri that we put into it. Some sort of flavoring. You guys will see it.
And we have meat, right?
We definitely have meat. We have assorted meat. So chicken, oxtail, and the last thing is cow foot. So you guys are going to try our traditional food. It's going to be great.
We are excited. We're going to see you on the other side.
What's in there is oxtail. It's called guinea fowl, which is basically like a chicken. It's just a little bit gamier, and cow foot, and it needs to go into the pressure cooker. So right now I'm seasoning it a little bit, and then I will put some water just to fill it just above the meat, and then we will put it in. What I'm using to season it, it's called jumbo. You like make a stew, or what we're making today, which is called pasas. Then you season the meat differently before you put it in the pressure cooker. The meat, you do have to cover it with water so you can put it in the pressure cooker. So I'll see if this is enough. If not, we'll put some more. So you just pour it over on the meat. If it spills, it's okay. It's just water. We start with the meat that was in the pressure cooker. So gonna take whatever meat we want from there.
Yeah.
And then I'll pour this, which is once we blend everything up, we call this the alakpa. So basically it's just the base of the soup.
Alakpa.
But yeah, it's onions, peppers, and ogiri all blended up.
And who taught you how to cook?
Honestly, I feel like it's really easy to just pick things up as like you go along. Like you see your mom making it, you see your aunts making it. Like how can you continuously ignore something that's happening all the time?
Yeah.
And then once we finally finish with that, that's when I'll put in the alakpa.
I'm happy. It's like a mixture of all these meats. We usually don't cook like all our meats in one pot.
Yeah, I feel like honestly that's very like Sierra Leone specific, because like Nigerian people will do like goat pepper soup or something, but for us, like you can mix all of them and it's okay. Like everybody come to the party.
Man, and it's good. Like her cassava leaf. Oh, listen.
Not gonna say anything. We'll let the food speak for itself. So usually everything is onion based. For the green stews that we make, we call that pasas. All of them will use some variation of this: onions, ogiri, and pepper.
And do you like have to blend everything, or you can choose to like chop it?
Yeah, you can chop it. Like right now, if I want to, I can slice some extra onions on there so you can actually see it. It just depends on if you want to see the onions in the soup or not.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so some people will chop a couple extra and you'll see it. But yes, we put it over the meat like this. Just gotta be careful, make sure you don't get it everywhere. Add some of the extra other meat we're gonna do. The dried shrimp, again, it's just for flavoring, so just gonna add 1 teaspoon. We really don't do it like this, kind of just use it by hand, but I'm gonna make it a little bit better for y'all today.
Cassava!
So this pot is a little bit smaller than I would usually use for this. So we're only going to put, not all of this that's in this bowl, but just kind of eye it and see where it would be that's full. So.
And where do you usually get all these ingredients?
So all of these ingredients are usually at ethnic food stores. More specifically, like African ones, like we'll have like the tola that we're going to use and the cassava leaf,
Yeah.
but most ethnic food stores will have it for you. So, yes, so once we put all of this, then we're going to close it up and just let it boil for a little bit, and then we'll start adding the other things that's needed.
Okay.
Oh, also need to add the salt. It's very important. Can't have tasteless cassava leaves.
No.
So again, like I said, this is my favorite jumbo cube of gold. Guys, that's all I have to say.
We're using one of those right now, or are you gonna?
I'm gonna use 1.5. So again, just break it up like this. Salt bay, as I like to call it.
And what temperature are you gonna cook this at?
I'm probably gonna put it like at mid-heat and let it boil, and then we'll continuously add stuff throughout.
Yeah. Do you ever like cook in the kitchen with like your sisters or your mom, or yo cook separately?
I mean, honestly, does my mom allow us to not cook with her? She don't like people not being in the kitchen if she's up.
Really?
So, yeah, she's like, are you guys sleeping while I'm cooking?
Yo, cooking for yo.
I don't know what I've done to my mom to deserve children like this. I must be a bad daughter.
No.
So she definitely lets people cook with her.
Yeah.
My oldest sister, we like to say that she likes to have sous chefs in the kitchen.
Ooh.
She's like, can you cut this for me? Can you rinse that? And then for me and my other sister, you know, it's like a family thing. So it's like,
That's good.
it's
I like
not
that.
bad to have people in the kitchen with you. Okay, so we got all that in. Everything's in there, and now we're gonna cover it. Now we're coming to a really important part, which is adding the oil, palm oil.
Palm oil.
So this oil specifically really needs to cook down and boil down. So you have to add it a little bit earlier in the cooking process. So I'm just gonna, you gotta kind of measure it by eye. There's really no measurement. Boiling for a while now. So this is how it looks. As you can see, some of the oil is starting to float to the top, and the consistency is like pretty soup-like rather than stew. So for us, what we usually do to thicken it up a little bit is put peanut butter in it. So it's really specific what type of peanut butter you get. Okay. So look, you cannot have sugary, Jif, Skippy peanut butter in this. You will taste it. See, there's like, it says natural peanut butter and it's creamy.
Okay.
You
So
definitely
creamy.
don't want, no chunky, no.
Okay.
Yeah, you're literally just using it for thickening. You're not using it for like, trying to taste it.
And can you use anything else apart from peanut butter to thicken it, or it has to be peanut butter?
To thicken it, we mostly use peanut butter. You're gonna see, I'm gonna add this thing called tola. That's to make it a little bit, almost like the consistency of okra.
Yeah.
Now with that, you can use actual okra instead
Okay.
of the tola. But for this, I think we mostly just use peanut butter. It's being a little difficult, guys, but it's okay.
It smells amazing though, the cassava leaf.
Yeah, and once the peanut butter gets into it, you'll also smell it a little bit, but it won't like be overpowering. So it's really important for this step that that peanut butter cooks down, because if you find like a big chunk of it, you're gonna taste it.
Oh,
And don't want that. So, but like, I'd say like 2 tablespoons, and then let it boil down. Okay, so traditionally, cassava leaves is served with rice. You can cook any sort of rice you want. I'm using jasmine today, so you kind of just, yes, it's been washed and prepped. Wash your rice, please.
Yes, wash.
Don't eat unwashed
See
rice.
the water?
That's not it. So I washed the rice, and now I'm just going to put actual water for it to cook in. We kind of put the same amount of water as the cups of rice that we did. So I did 3 cups of rice, so I'm going to put 3 cups of water. You can make it on the pot, it's fine. But rice cookers just make everything easier, so I'm just catching every bit of rice so it cooks in the water. And then lastly, what we're going to use is some salt. Just salt it lightly. You don't want tasteless rice. So
Yeah.
just put a couple shakes in your hand.
Go with the flow, man. Go with the flow.
Okay, you also don't have to make it extra salty because the food is going to have flavor. So yeah, just flatten it. And then once you have it flat, kind of put your rice spoon under it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then put it down onto the, and then just tap it. happens.
Hey.
See, look, this is what happens when people be teaching you so much.
No, listen, because I have a good teacher, okay?
That's what they all say.
Oh, what is this? What are we pouring in here?
Okay, guys, so if I was a good African wife, I should be, I would have boiled the ginger for you, grained it, strained it, put the sugar, give you some cloves. I didn't do all that, okay? We live in Philadelphia. There's restaurants. They have ginger beer. So, this is, the commercially packaged. Okay, so what we're going to do for you guys, give you some ice.
Yes.
And pour.
Look. Easy. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this episode and show us all the love down in the comments. Now don't forget to like and share this video. And while you are at it, subscribe to this channel and hit that notification button. See you next week. Well, thank you for coming. And we actually have a special guest here with us today.
Introduce yourself.
I am Isaac. Today I will be eating this.
And what is that?
It is cassava leaf.
Hey!
And who made it?
You.
Who am I to you? Who am I to you?
And Samiza.
Hey, Auntie Samiza. Okay, can you say grace?
Okay.
God, thank you for this food that we're about to eat. We just thank you for the hands that made it. I pray that you bless it. In your name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
So, let's dig in.
Right, guys, let's eat. Let me help Isaac out.
I cannot wait to taste this. That's good.
How is it?
Amazing. You did the
Pretty
thing.
good.
Hey!
Thank you. I got the seal of approval, guys. I don't even need to eat anymore. My heart's full.
Okay, I want to eat more.
You can eat. Go ahead, buddy. That's a good sign right there.